you're not a gardener, maybe this is how you take care of plants. Well, I'm here to tell you today we're going to do a 60-minute mulch over. It's like a makeover, only dirt cheap for non-gardeners. And maybe you don't want to plant a lot of plants because you'd rather sit around and read the newspaper. Well, your local newspaper is a great source of gardening information and also a great source of free weed blocking material. So don't use plastic underneath your mulch to block weeds. Use newspaper, or I'm going to show you what cardboard can do to save you a lot of work. So let's dig in. Okay, so now you don't know what you're doing, you're a beginning gardener. What is a plant? What is a weed? You want to start fresh. Let's just put down the newspaper. Yep, newspaper is a free weed block and it is biodegradable. It's going to help turn into great soil. So here's the key. First of all, you need to subscribe to your local newspaper, and it's especially great if you use, well, look at that, the local garden columnist. It really scares the weeds to death. So that goes right on top. Look at all this grass and weeds. It's going right on top. It works great if it's a windy day. I wet down the newspaper because what happens next is, my friend Jason, come on, let's dump this right on top from High Grass Farm. Okay, now this looks beautiful and it was so quick and easy, but let's say you do want to add plants later on. It's simple. You simply scrape back the mulch. It's easy to dig right through the newspaper that starts to rot pretty quickly and add your plants. Put the mulch back around the plants and you'll be blocking weeds. Now there are some situations where I'm not going to use newspaper to cover the weeds. I'm actually going to have to remove the weeds first before I put down the mulch. And that is situations when the weeds are so big and so robust that even using a beautiful mulch is not going to get rid of them. So here we have one of the most ambitious weeds. This is a Canadian thistle. It has to be totally removed because covering it with mulch is not going to kill it. Now, same with some of these other plantain weeds. I like to take some of the soil off. But see these brown leaves? These are not weeds, and this adds organic matter. So these I'm going to just leave on the bed. Okay, so the biggest weeds are gone. There's still a little bit of low grass. There's still the brown leaves here, but I can just put the mulch right on top. Okay, so I'm going to show you a technique called feathering. What that is, I see this plant here. It's a lamb's ear. It's a cottage garden plant. It doesn't want a turtleneck of mulch all around its throat. So what I do, I put down the mulch, and then I put it really thin right around the crown of the plant. And then it gets to be thicker as we move away from the plant. So I just clean this up. And this is a very drought-resistant plant. So for super lazy gardeners that just want to mulch, not have weeds, and not water, then you can leave plants like this that are very drought-resistant, just to add some texture in the bed. Okay, guys, come on over. Now, a great lazy gardening tip, get the kids to do your work. Yeah, put it right there. And if you're using something that's organic, that doesn't smell like manure, and that is really chemical free, it's great to have the kids involved. Wow, what a difference. 60 minutes, the 60-minute mulch over we call this, and less than $100, we have really transformed this space. And with a lot of color that you cannot kill, using pots that are very colorful from our friends at Tuesday Morning, foliage plants that take very little care. We're going to talk about these on a different episode. And then I love the blooming flowers on the welcome mats, so that maybe you have a rental house, maybe you just need curb appeal to sell a house. Whatever the situation, these take no care but give you instant color. And all this mulching madness, it keeps down the weeds. It hides weeds that are already there if you cover it with newspaper. And most importantly of all, it also conserves water, giving you more time. Subscribe to your daily newspaper. So coming up next, we're going out to the country to visit our friends at High Grass Farm and learn how it is that they make Moodoo.
Dig In is growing from the West Coast to the East. You'll see Dig In popping up everywhere with expert local gardening advice. Wherever you are, watch for Dig In, planting garden-to-table know-how across the country.